Fantastic. We are recording in progress, like she said. So let's get it. All right, cool. So first things first, I wanted to come on here today to really go over some mindset stuff when it comes to trading. That's the most important thing. First and foremost, if you really want to get to the millions, you can learn a million strategies, but really and truly, the mindset is what's going to allow you to get there. So I'm going to go over some mindset right now. And then the next thing I'm going to be doing is breaking down how to utilize Hourglass on a daily basis, how to be making money in minutes through the Hourglass system, and not simply just getting into trades, looking at the score, but actually breaking down what is giving you that score, what's giving you the 5, what's giving you the 6, what's giving you the 2. So I'm going to be breaking down how the indicators work so you know exactly what you're utilizing to get into these trades as well. So first and foremost, let's get into it. I don't want to spend too long on the mindset side of things, but this was a slide we came up with, I believe, like a year ago. So, it's a HFX slide. If you're brand new into HFX, you can get access to the slide. We'll send this in to the chat again, so you have it. But again, if you don't know what HFX stands for, it's high frequency Forex, also known as binary options, time-based trading, currency pairs, where you choose to buy or sell at any given moment. Your payout is a fixed amount of nothing or nothing at all. It's supposed to say or nothing at all. And then it just simply says the market's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, first things first, I want you to be taking notes while I'm going through this, right? It's very, very important. It's absolutely imperative that you take notes on this, right? I sat down with my, brand new student, Mr. Jacob, I think this was a couple of days ago, and we went through this, we went through this. Is very key. I sat down with Rita, we went through this as well. And even Mamta, another amazing student that's really taking this to the next level. Now, the first thing you want to do, if you're going to see success in anything, whether that's traditional business, home-based business, trading, whatever it is, whatever you want to become successful in, you need to write down your reason why. So I want you to write this down. Number one, okay? Write down your reason why, because your why is the key to you following the set of rules that I'm going to be breaking down throughout. It's cool. Okay. If you don't have a why, there's going to be no discipline. If you don't have a why, there's going to be one day you're motivated, and then there's going to be the next day you're not, and you're not going to follow through. You see, guys, you got to understand that discipline takes you places that motivation cannot. Someone going to put that in the chats, right? Now, if I was, in the building right now, they'd be clicking for me right now. You feel me? Right? Discipline can take you places that motivation can't. So your why is going to keep you disciplined. Okay? Your why is going to keep you disciplined. Now, again, you need to write this down. If you don't know why you're in IAM, if you don't know why you're trading, then, I doubt you'll be here 4 or 5 years to come. I've been in the game coming up to 5 years now because I know my reason why, right? To change lives, to impact lives, right? And this is going to keep you going, okay? Next thing. So step number one, you want to write down your why. The next thing is risk management, right? The next thing is risk management, okay? This is the second most important skill to learn, okay? Number one is discipline. I hope you guys see that, right? Risk management is second, but discipline is number one. All right. Now understand that discipline is key. So I want to get you guys in that mindset of, okay, I need to be disciplined. But the next thing you need to understand is that risk management can either grow your account, you can compound your account in a positive way. But if you don't have risk management, ladies and gentlemen, your account will decrease in a negative way. If you don't have risk management, if you don't have that sort of discipline, your account will start going backwards. Yes, you might make profit in your first week, your second month, but the third month comes around and you could lose all if you're not disciplined and if you don't have risk management. All right, guys, understand HFX is volatile. Okay, it moves up and down at a very high rate. Okay, and that opportunity, brings in the opportunity to make losses, right? But we don't call them losses here, we call them lessons. All right, so if you're not disciplined, you're not using the correct risk management, then again, you're going to start to see some losses come in. Okay, now the next thing you need to understand, right? So number one, your reason why. Number two, risk management. Number three is that before you begin trading, you need a plan. All right. It's like me trying to set out to find gold without having a plan. It's not going to work. I can't go on my journey to find treasure if I don't have a plan, if I don't know how I'm going to get there, if I don't know where it is. All right. So if you're trading without a trading plan, you ain't really trading right now. Let's just be completely honest. You're gambling, right? If you don't have a plan, you know, shout out to Jacob. He's been in this for around 2 days now. And, you know, his plan is 4% a day and he's done that, right? Monday, he's 4%. Today, he's 4%. So because we now set Jacob up on a roadmap, on a plan, he now knows, okay, he's woken up. Okay, boom, I need to make 4% today. All right. If you don't have a plan when you wake up, then your day's going to come to waste. And I'm going to show you, you know, what this plan looks like. Right. So the link is actually on this slide. So if you get the slide later on, you can get access to it. But let me go ahead and share my screen. And I'm going to show you, I don't want to, you know, spend too long on this, but I'm going to show you how to create a quick plan. All right. You know, if you click on the link that you just saw, it's going to take you right here. And let's say, you know, you start with £100 or $100. Okay. And the rate you want to grow your account is at 4%. Okay. You know, we set Jacob on 4% plan every day, right? You know, let's say we're going to do it for 90 days. We're going to do it for 3 months. We're not going to touch that money. So we're going to reinvest 100%. Okay. We're not going to trade on the weekends. And we're going to start today, the 22nd. You now go to calculate, guys. All right. And it literally gives you a summary. Okay. So you start today with £100, $100. You know, you're going to grow the account to $3,411. Right, by the 26th of June. Okay, so July, my bad, right? But boom, it basically now gives you a roadmap. Okay, cool. Today I wake up, got £100 in my account. Perfect. Tomorrow I wake up, I start my day. All right, I need to make 4%. What's 4% of 100? £4. All right, so my account's going to be on 104. The next day I need to make £4.16. Okay, so my account's going to be 108, 16 pence, etc. And every day it seems like you're making a small progress, right? You know, your first month, your biggest day is going to be £12, but your account would have been on £337 from £100. That's insane, right? Imagine you coming in your first month, growing an account from 100 to, you know, 300. Okay, that's something that Jacob is going to be aiming to do. Why? Because he's waking up with a plan. Okay, so it's very, very important, absolutely imperative that you have a game plan. Okay, day 60. Okay, and this is the best thing because you're going to be growing in your trading knowledge. You know, you're going to be getting better at trades. You're going to be able to increase your risk. You're going to be, you know, more familiar. You're going to know what trades to increase your risk on. So guess what? You're going to be able to make more money. Day 60, boom, you're going to be making £40 in a day. Account's going to be on 1,000. You're going to grow your account from 3 figures to 4 figures. Okay, and etc. Right, 90 days. You know, you're going to have your account on 3,411, which is absolutely fantastic. Right, you know. I don't even think I grew my account that fast on my first 90 days because I didn't simply know about something like this. I didn't really know about a compound plan when I was brand new into the game. But you guys know about it now, okay? And it's absolutely key. So number one, you write down your reason why, okay? That's gonna motivate you to stick to your risk management, which is number 2. And then number 3, guys, is have that roadmap, okay? Wake up with, you know, wake up with direction. Okay, wake up knowing what you're going to do. Okay, wake up knowing. All right. So speaking of risk management, that was number 2. So if you're taking notes, number 1, reason why. Number 2, risk management. Number 3, roadmap. Okay, 3 of the most important things if you're going to do any type of trading, whether it's Forex, HFX, crypto, it doesn't matter. Those are the key 3 things. You know, some people might be thinking, okay, I want to quit right now, or maybe I want to take a break right now. I want to encourage you to revisit your reason why. Why are you doing this in the first place, right? Is it for money, or is it really for your family, or is it really to impact lives? I'm telling you, that will keep you in the game. So revisit that reason why, all right? Number 2, risk management. So let's speak about it. Proper risk management. Let's get it, all right? Number 1, okay? Number 1, we're going to talk about this a bit differently for HFX, which is what we're going to speak about later on. But if you really want to stick to risk management, screenshot this right here. This is a great example and a great like borderline to follow. Okay, so for each individual trade taken during your trading session, and the trading session is just the time you're trading within. Okay, so might be like from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, we recommend that you only risk 1 to 3% of your balance. All right, I'm going to second that again. If you're trading, you should only be risking 1 to 3% of your balance. Okay, that way it pretty much makes, I'm not going to say impossible, but it makes it very hard for you to blow your account. You know, you're gonna have to be a very unlucky person to place 100 trades on 1% risk and blow that account. Okay, you know, you're gonna have some wins in there, so you won't blow your account. You know, long story short. So, boom, right? Every trading session, I encourage you, don't just go on straight into 10%. Oh, I got £100 in my account. Let me put 10% in the amount and £10 in the amount so I can make 15. No, you know, you don't want to do that. It's not worth it. All right. It's not worth it. You know, £10 to make £16 on your payout. If you lose that £10, your account goes straight down to 90. You do that 9 more times, you've blown your account. All right. But if you do it slowly and steady, you follow the roadmap. All right. You're using 1 to 3% per trade. So, you know, you might be seeing how I'm going to link this now. Okay. If I'm using 1 to 3% per trade, now you're going to understand why I'm following this roadmap, family. Right. Boom. If I'm using 1% per trade, yeah. Perfect example. I've got a £100 account. I use 1% per trade. So I'm putting in £1 per trade. All right. If I place, for example, 4 trades and those 4 trades are profitable, I've made my 4%. Put a 4 in the chat if that makes sense. Okay. I've got a £100 account. I'm only using 1 to 3% risk on my account, but I'm going to stay super disciplined and just use 1% of my £100 account, right? Just use 1% of my £100 account, okay? If I win 4 trades from putting £1 in per trade, I would have made my £4 for the day. So that's my £104 balance. I'm done for the day, all right? That's how risk management should work. Risk management needs to work within your goal, okay? And as your account grows, guess what? You're going to be able to increase that risk. All right. So that's key. 1 to 3% per trade that you take. Okay. And if you're brand new, then we recommend that you only trade 1% per trade. So if you're brand new, you're pretty much new to this, it's going to be easier to blow your account because you're going to make more mistakes as a brand new person. However, if you only use 1%, you know, in each trade you take, it's going to be harder to blow your account. So if you're trading Forex, that's using a 0.01 lot size. If you're trading HFX, that's just, you know, if you got £100 in your account, 1% of £100 is £1 in the amount. All right. So if you're brand new, I recommend use 1%. If you're moderate, 90 days to 180 days, use 2% or 1%. If you're an expert at this point, you'll know what you're doing. You can be using 3% per trading session. Now, remember, it sounds all good. You're probably motivated right now saying, yeah, man, I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to do this. But what about next week? What about next month? Guess what? The reason why is going to keep you disciplined because it's going to get boring sometimes, only risking 3% per trade. When you get good at this, knowing how much you can really make from it, right? But you have to stay disciplined. You stay disciplined if you remember your reason why. All right. Now, the mindset behind the millions. Okay. There's going to be bad days. Absolutely. Okay. You know, there's going to be days where you think, oh, the broker's against me, or these brokers are unregulated. I just made a withdrawal the other day, right? They worked fine for me, you know? So it's not that the brokers are unregulated or they're cheating. It's just that, you know, you're not following the correct risk management. It's all a part of risk management to know when to stop. Whether you're having a bad day, you need to know when to stop. And when you're having a good day, you also need to know when to stop, okay? So the rule is this, right? If you lose 4% of your account, okay, write this down. If you lose 4% of your account, exit from your broker and go and do some sort of personal development. Go for a run, go for a walk, go read a book, go live, right? Go on the recordings, go and do something that is not to do trading related, okay? Or if you really want to master the skill, open up your demo account and start trading within it, all right? So that's the rule, guys. If you lose 4% of your trading account, just get up and stop, okay? If you're having a bad day. If you're having a good day, that's great. You know, there's going to be times where you think, oh, the broker gods are with me on my side today. I just placed 4 trades and they weren't even that great, but they all cleared. Wow. Well, again, a part of risk management is knowing when to stop. So the rule is, all right, if you hit the percentage, which is recommended, which is that 4%, you need to stop. And remember, small profits every day lead to massive results down the line. You making 4% every day down the road of what was it? I think we put 90 days. That leads to £3,411 3,411 euros in your account. Okay, but if you're just trying to hit it big, try and risk 50 pounds on your 100-pound account, you may as well just try and do the lottery. Okay, so small profits lead to massive results down the line, right? Now you've grown your balance, on the session, it's time for you to stop, right? Go and celebrate, walk away from the markets, go and tell a friend to jump on the 7:30 overview that we'll be doing on that day, right? You make your 4%, go and text your friend, hey, I just made 4% today. And we're like, what's 4%? What is that? Is that a club? How do I play for that club? How do I make 4%, right? You can say, oh, well, 7:30, oh, cool. Okay, so once you make your 4%, go and find something else to do. Go and build your business, go and do something else. Whatever you got to do, go and do it, all right? Now, just a quick run through. Of course, you got, HFX swipes, where they send you trades as well. So as long as you got Hourglass, which we're going to break down right now, you also got HFX swipes. The HFX educators are going to send you that trade. You open it, copy it, literally look for the entry price. You'll match that up on your broker. Expiration time tells you 1 minute. Fixed time on. It's going to give you all the information. You get into it. Okay, boom. So, this is really for someone that's, brand new. First 72 hours, plug into the Zoom calls, the live session. You paid money for IM, so get educated. Of course, it's key to withdraw a little bit and taste that money, right? It's absolutely key, right? Especially when I was going like P2, P5, on the way to C10 was blowing up the business, everyone was withdrawing, right? Withdrawals keep you excited. If you don't pay yourself, and God forbid, but you blow that account, all that hard work will be for no reason, right? So you want to taste that money, right? Go and make a little withdrawal. Yeah, I can't remember what I brought my first withdrawal. I think it was like a burger, but damn, that burger tasted different knowing that my trader paid for it. Right? So, go and make a withdrawal, man. Whatever you purchase going to feel different because trading paid for it. You didn't have to put labor in, you didn't have to go walk into an office, you didn't have to do none of that. Your trader would have paid for it. So it's key to know that, withdraw and taste your money. And then, yeah, man, set your trade, trust your trade, work out. Positive mentality is key whilst your trades are running, okay? So again, this is just, a breakdown on how to use your broker, etc., etc., etc. I'm going to break down all of this stuff as well, okay? But before I move on, these slides are just a guide. Don't stop here. Always go out there and learn, because the moment you stop learning is the moment you start dying, right? Continue to go out, advance your trading skill. Trial and error is the only way you can move forward, right? You need to plug in to the information providers. The market's no one's friend. Don't get greedy. That's absolutely key. Write that down. I will not be greedy. Okay, proper risk management always. And remember, ask your mentor. I really salute Mamta. She reached out to me, boom, and now she will meet up every weekly. Every week we have a little trading session. I answer all the questions she has, go through whatever she needs going through. And that's what you should do. If you're in IM, you're not just paying for the products, you're paying for mentorship. So even if your person that brought you into the business ain't in the business no more, you still need to go out there and seek the mentor. All right, find people that are providing value, people that are on calls every day, people that are putting the work in, and meet up with them, right? Otherwise, you have a closed mouth and you ain't gonna get fed, all right? And then trust the process. It will all make sense. And this is just the beginning. So if that made sense, ladies and gentlemen, all right, go and drop some sevens in the chat right now. We're gonna move on. I'm gonna be breaking down Hourglass. Somebody asked me, do you mainly use colors or Hourglass and HFX? HFX, to be honest, I'll be completely honest, right? I use colors more for Forex and Hourglass for HFX. For me, it's just a tool that is made for HFX. Just, as I break it down, you'll see exactly what I mean. But of course, still use colors for HFX as well. Whatever strategy works for you, whatever works for you. You have to try everything and then come up to your own assessment. So let's get straight to the bag, man. Let's get straight to the bag. So, starting off with go live. What you simply do, again, to watch, no one's on right now, but on go live, you'd simply come to HFX. And, we plug into Millie mainly at 4 p.m., but there's loads of other great educators that you can utilize. Okay, so you simply come to Hourglass, you'll find it in your, so this is now part of the strategy. So out of go line from IM Center, you go into strategies, you'll find HFX here, Hourglass, here's where you find it. And boom, now we're in Hourglass, ladies and gentlemen, right? Here is what we are really utilizing, okay? Here's what we're utilizing. So we're gonna have this whole panel open right here, for example. All right, ladies and gentlemen. And the next thing you really wanna understand, guys, is that this is a system that works off 5 minutes. So every 5 minutes, it's gonna refresh, okay? Every 5 minutes, it's gonna refresh. So one thing I do when I'm trading, whenever I'm trading, of course, you wanna have your compound account up and running, but not only that, ladies and gentlemen, you wanna have a clock. This is something that's worked for me since I've been doing it for the last 2 years, right? I've just had a clock running, okay? I've had a clock running. And the reason why is because, sometimes we get caught up here, we get caught up in the panel and we're just looking for these trades and we're like, yep, these trades are great. Of course, you may look down here, but sometimes you're just so caught up looking in these trades, you don't actually notice that time's running out. But again, everything's been updated. You have the timer down here 4 minutes ago. So now in your mind, okay, 5 minutes comes, it's going to refresh. All right. But again, you can also have a little clock up here if it helps. So, I know 35 past, I need to get ready for my trades, right? So because it's going to refresh anyway, there's no point of me breaking down these trades now. So I'm going to wait for the next 5 minute cycle. So the next thing, again, if you're brand new into this, if you're brand new right now, you want to write down that Hourglass works in a 5 minute cycle. Okay, that's exactly how it works. There was a video I was literally just watching. Let me see if I can find it. I'll just playing some music for the cool. But there's a video. Yeah, here we go. Right, here's a session we done 2001. We went 5-0 in that session. So again, screenshot this video. Wow, I actually look pretty similar to that picture. That's crazy. Got the same haircut. But yeah, so if you want to watch this video back, again, this was the old cash trap though. But again, it's pretty much the same thing. Right? It's pretty much the same thing as the new cash trap, which I'm about to break down, how we have these scores over here. Fantastic. All right, cool. So let's get into it. We've just had the update. We've just had a refresh. I will send the link into the chat. However, I will definitely do that. And there are some, let's see if I can get it up. Let me send this into the chat for you guys to have access to as well in Telegram. So I'm going to send something in the Telegram chat if I can get it. I don't know if I can. If I can't, no problem. I'll send it after the call. Second. All right, fantastic. Okay, cool. So first and foremost, Telegram isn't really working the way I want it to work. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna read it off my phone, and then again, take notes, guys, as I go through this. So again, we have our trades that have just come through less than a minute ago. All right. So we have our trades over here. What are we gonna do? Okay, let's look at this one, for example. Now, for me, as I'm going through the panel over here, ladies and gentlemen, you got to understand the key is this, right? The key is that you can already see over here from, the strength index. Let me see if I can get my, if I can circle. I don't know if I can draw on the Zoom. Okay, I don't think I can draw on the Zoom, all right? But where you see AUD, right, CHF, straight away, ladies and gentlemen, here's how you're gonna know if this trade is worth my time looking at, okay? We can see red, which means it's a sell/put, okay? That's the first thing you can write down. If I look over here, I see that it's a put. So I want it to be going down. Now over here, where my mouse is circling, I have my currency pairs. Australian dollar against the Swiss franc, okay? The fact that the Swiss franc is stronger than the Australian dollar is 1 point, right? Because this is a sell. So let me see if I really can't access this. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let me see if I can draw on the screen. It's not letting me draw on the screen. All right, fantastic, no problem. You guys are just gonna have to feel me. I can't draw on the screen, so you're just gonna have to understand what I'm explaining. So, you got your first currency pair, okay? So let's say we have the Australian dollar here, we have the Swiss franc over here, okay? The first currency in every currency pair is the base currency, okay? So if the base currency is stronger, right, than the quote currency, then we're gonna buy into that trade, or we're gonna go for a call because it's gonna be going up, okay? If the quote currency, which is the second currency in the currency pair, is stronger than the base currency, then it's gonna be a sell / put, all right? So first things being first, if I can come onto my screen, all right, which I'm doing right now. Nope, that's not the screen. Okay, fantastic. If I come into my screen right here, and you know, straight away I see it's a sell. I've got 58 for Swiss franc, 53 for Australian dollar, they're close, but the fact that Swiss franc is stronger, it might be something worth my time looking at, all right? It might be worth my time. So when I'm looking at any trade straight away, okay, cool. This is a buy, this is a call, but the Canadian dollar is weaker than the Swiss franc. So I don't even want to waste my time looking at it, right? Because currency strength is one of the most important things right here. Swiss franc is stronger than the Japanese yen, but it's a sell. I don't want to waste my time because the base currency is stronger than the quote currency, but for a sell to work, I need the quote currency to be stronger than the base currency, okay? Euro CAD is looking good. Why? Because the base currency is 67, okay, and the quote currency is only 34. All right, guys? So with that being said, for example, you know, I'm good, right? That's 1 point. It's only 1 point out of the 7 I'm gonna break down, right? But for this 5 minutes, I wanted to make sure you guys understand the difference between, you know, the strength of the currency pair, okay? This is a buy. Euro is stronger than the Swiss franc. Perfect, that's 1 point. The fact that this is here, I might even click on it and look at it, right? 5 point trade. You can see the call score, 5 points, which is good, all right? This isn't worth my time. Why? Because Canadian dollar is not stronger than the Great British pound, but this is a sell, okay? If this is gonna be a sell worth my time, I need the CAD to be stronger than the Great British pound, all right? Etc., etc., etc. Okay, so the first thing we really look at, if you want to skip, because look how many trades they've pulled out, right? But if I'm spending so long looking at going through all of them, I'm gonna waste my time. So what you want to do to be smart, ladies and gentlemen, you just want to look here. Okay, cool. What color is it? It's green. All right. I need my base currency, which is euro, to be stronger than the Swiss franc. Okay, cool. It's worth my time looking at. Okay, so that's 1 point. All right, guys, that's 1 point. That's 1 point that you want to be remembering. Okay, so first things first, breaking down these points. I'm actually going to break down the points. You can see right here, it says cool score. I'm going to break down what's giving it that cool score. Because the one thing you don't want to do is just be trading off numbers, because the numbers could be wrong. What if one day is, you know, hourglass is in reverse? You're going to be taking all the wrong trades. So it's key for you to know why you are trading off this score. Okay, so what makes the score 4? And then how do we take the score and utilize it with our risk management? Or how do we even know if it's a trade worth taking or not? All right. So let's find a better example. Okay. Let's find maybe a good trade. All right. We see 57 against 39 right here. Score's only 3. Let's see if we can find a better example. If not, we might have to stick with it. So let's find a trade that we actually might look at trading. Okay, cool. Euro USD 73. This is also only a 3-point score. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So there's actually nothing right here, right now, to be honest. To be quite honest, I think I was looking at UP80. Okay, this is also 3 points. All right, fantastic. All right, so I'm gonna actually break down what's giving it that score of 3. Okay, in the 4 minutes we have. So I gotta be fast. So you guys have to really work with me. Okay. Now, what gives it a score? If you go into the original breakdowns of cash trap, right? Hourglass cash trap, the original. Okay. The fact you can see a red arrow gives it 1 point. Okay. The fact you can see a red arrow gives it 1 point. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. The fact you have 1 arrow that's red, or if it was green, that will now give you 1 point. So that's what you want to remember, okay? An arrow up or down gives you a point. The next thing that we can also then come to, right? For example, if this is a sell, Don't know if you guys can see it clearly. I'm trying to zoom in. Right? But we now have Bs, okay? We now have Bs. This is actually another point. So a B would be a point for a buy. But again, we can see this is a put. So it's actually not giving us what we want. If it's a put, we want to see an S. Let me see if I can find examples where you can see S's. All right, so you can see an S here, you can see an S here, you can see an S here, you can see BB, all right? So if it's a put, you know, what's gonna add to the score? Now, you gotta remember that the score is already calculated. This software is so great, instead of you having to manually do it like I'm explaining to you, it does it automatically for you, all right? So this score that's giving you 4, it's already taking into account everything I'm telling you, all right? So for example, if it's a buy, you know, and let's say this was literally a call for a buy, all right? And there was a B right here, it would take that into account and it will add to that score, okay? If it's a sell, what we actually want to see is an S here, okay? So if this was a sell around this point, that would be fantastic because we can see an S here, all right? Let's see, again, we can't see an S here, you can only see Bs, but that would also give you another point, okay? So an arrow, an S or a B would give you another point, okay? So that's 2 points so far. The next thing you then want to see, if we're sticking down here, is this black line on the first bar, right? We want to see that crossing through this red line here, okay? If it's a put, if it's a sell, we want to see this black line crossing through this red line, like it did right here. This perfect example over here. You can see this black line crossed right through the red, right? Hopefully you guys can see that, as you can see right there, right? This black line is crossing through the red right there. And then, so that's another point. That's 0.5 of a point, I should say. The next 0.5 of the point is this bottom line right here, guys. Okay, the bottom line, okay? So 1 point so far is the arrow. The next point would be the B or S, right? So that's 1 point. 0.5, if this black line here is crossing through the red line, and the next 0.5 would be if the black line is crossing on the second bar, okay? So that would give you a total of 3 points so far, guys, right? I'll give you a total of 3 points. The next full point, which you was addressing earlier, is your currency strength, okay? What's the strength of the currency? Does it align with that trade? If it's a put, we need our quote currency to be a lot stronger than our base currency, if it is a put. All right, guys? So that will give you your 4th point for the trade. All right, guys? Then if we look closely, okay, we can see these indicators in here. Let's dive in here. All right, so we already discussed what can give us 4 points. The next thing that could give us a point, right, our 5th point would be this red line here or the green line down here. All right, absolutely fantastic. You see this red line acts as a resistance and the green line acts as a support. How you want to think of it is the floor and the ceiling, right? So if our candlestick, as you guys can see, is touching our ceiling, is giving us another point if it's a sell. If our candlestick is touching the floor, as you can see right here, it's giving us another point for a buy, okay? So if the candlestick is touching our support, which is this green line, that gives us a point because we want to see it go in the opposite direction. If I drop a ball on this table, it's going to bounce back up. If I throw a ball to the ceiling, it's going to bounce down, right? That's exactly how these candlesticks work. That's exactly how the markets work. Okay, guys? So that will give you your next point. But like I said, again, everything's already calculated for you. So if the candlestick isn't, you know, touching our resistance up here, or if it's not touching our support down here, then, you know, it wouldn't even put it in as a point. All right, guys? But that would be your 5th point, okay? Your 6th point now are these 3 red lines here, right? And these green lines down here, okay? EMAs, all right? So if our candlestick is near the green lines, that is another confirmation for a buy or a call, okay? So that would be our 6th point. If our candlestick is near these green lines, not the support, not the resistance, not the supports, right? These 3 green lines, if our candlestick is near here, around the area, that's another point for a buy, right? Again, vice versa for a sell. If our candlestick is near these red lines, as you can see, these 3 red lines, then that would be a confirmation for a sell. All right, guys? So those are the points. Like I said, I'm going to draw these up. I'm going to send it in the Financial Revolution Telegram chat so you have access to these points as well. But like I said, the reason why I'm really telling you this, you don't actually need to know it. All right. Like I said, it's already, made for you within, Hourglass. Such an amazing software that I think is very underutilized. Everything's already in it, right? You don't actually need to figure it out, which is insane. So all you really need to do is say, okay, cool. Is this 6? Is this 5? Is this 4? Now, I want you to write this down because this is going to show you whether to take the trade or not. Okay. Now, if we see, let me give you some examples. What's the score in this? The score is 3. Now, write this down, guys. If the score is 3, that's a good trade. You should only take 1%. Okay. If the score is 3, it's a good trade. You should only take 1% of your account on that trade because it's not all the confirmations are lining up. Everything I just broke down for you, they're not all lining up, right? So if it's only 3, if the score is only 3, it's a good trade. Only use 1% of risk on your trade. This is where the risk management kicks in now, okay? Now, if the score is 4, I want you to write this down. It's a great trade, okay? If the score is 4, it's a great trade. You can now say, okay, I want to use maybe 2% risk, okay? So you can up your risk. You can up it to 2% of your trading account. Now, if the score is 5+, right, you might see 5, you might see 6, then you could actually go out there and risk 3% of your account. Now, everything's tying into what I explained at the beginning of the call, right? Always use 1 to 3% risk of your account. So if we see 3 score, right, if the score is only 3, only using 1%, the score is 4, we're going to use 2%. If the score is 5 or 6, then we can go ahead and use 3%. If the score is only 1, 2, or 1 or 2, don't even take the trade. Okay, so that's how you know, should I take the trade on Hourglass or should I not take the trade? If it's only 1 or 2, don't take that trade. Don't risk it. Okay, me personally, I'm only really looking at trades that are 4 and above. All right, so if they're great trades or excellent trades. All right, so write that down. 3, if the score is 3 equals a good trade, 1% risk. If the score equals 4, if someone could put this in the chat box, that would be fantastic. If the score equals 4, that's a great trade. You can use 2% of your account. And if the score is 5 or 6, or just put 5+, you can actually go out there and use, 3% of your account. Right? So let's go. Those are the notes. I'm going to send them into the chat. I was trying to do that, but it didn't quite work. Okay, fantastic. So again, like I said, boom, right? It's 50 past in the UK. So I know that these trades have just come in. All right. Now let's actually go and look for some live examples. All right, let's look for some live examples. So straight away, what did I tell you guys earlier? Our base currency needs to be stronger than the quote currency if we're looking at a buy. Straight away, AUD, JPY, I'm seeing that the AUD is stronger. So I'm going to click on it, right? It's something for me to look in. Scores only 2, right? It's taking in everything I've just told you guys. The B isn't here. So that's not one confirmation. It's actually crossing down from the red lines. So those aren't giving us our 0.5s, right? It's not near. Let me zoom in for you guys to see this. I'm just explaining why the score is so low. If you guys are following, then put a 7 in the chat, right? If you guys are understanding, okay, the score is low because it's not really near the support. It's not near the green lines. We get 1 point for the strength of the currency, but it's lacking the other qualities. It's lacking the other confirmations, hence why the trade is low. All right, let's see the score on this. Score is only 2. Again, very low straight away. It doesn't even, the currency strength isn't even strong. So it's already missing that. And the B is not here. It's not lining up. Okay, so we keep going. I'm not even going to click on this. Why? Because Swiss franc is 74, Japanese yen is 14. It's a sell, so I need the Japanese yen to be a lot stronger than the Swiss franc. Euro AUD, yeah, we can look at this. Why? Because the currency strength is actually stronger. Scores only 2. Again, quite recently there was a sell, so it's still recovering. Now, I remember this as well. When you're trading HFX, do not rush. Just because you're seeing, oh, it's going to refresh every 5 minutes, doesn't mean every 5 minutes there's going to be an opportunity. That's the nugget of the day, right? Nugget of the day. Just because it refreshes every 5 minutes does not mean there'll be an opportunity every 5 minutes. So that's why it's important. Look at this, crossing downwards. It's a sell. It's got S, crossing downwards, crossing down. And guys, you got to also understand some of these trades, right? When you get really confident with your analysis, some of your trades will actually be going in the opposite direction. For example, this trade I'm seeing right here, you know, Hourglass is actually saying, oh yeah, this is a cool. You can see the score is very low, but you can see it's actually lining up very good for a put, right? It's coming off our resistance, okay? What is this? Again, the currency strength isn't that great, but look, it was crossing through this red, it's crossing down here. We have the S. Literally, I've been trying to find that example for the longest time. We actually have an S, right, on the previous candle. Okay, so the last 5 minutes, that would have been a good sell. So if you took this trade 5 minutes ago, look at this, perfect. So I know if I could go back in time, I know 5 minutes ago, this would have been a sell. Hourglass would have pulled this for a sell. Why? Look, coming off our resistance, it's near these red lines, it's not that far away. We've got an S, we finally actually found the S that I've been talking about. The black line is crossing through the red line. The black line is crossing through the red line here. That is a really good trade. You probably would have cleared that trade, right? You know, you would have cleared that trade, ladies and gentlemen, okay? So let's keep going. Let's see if we find anything. You can see at this point, this is 3 minutes ago. These ones are 8 minutes ago. So, you know, I'm only really just gonna look. But like I said, we're not gonna force the trade, right? We're not gonna force the trade. You see all of these trades that I just looked at, the scores like 2, 3, currency strength really isn't there though. So, you know, one of the key things I look for is the currency strength. Like that's straight away. For me, that's got to align, right? That's got to align. The currency strength has to align, otherwise it's not worth my time. Jeez, what a bar right there. The currency strength has to align, otherwise it's not worth my time. Man, you guys are getting the whole shebang today, right? A whole shebang today. Currency strength aligns with this, but trade ain't really there. Let's see, AUD Swiss franc. No, this one's not really banging either. All right, guys. So like I said, if I do find a trade, you know, I'm actually going to take it. All right, so I'll give it one more, refresh. When it gets to 55 pass, I will take it. But again, the main purpose of today's session was to actually educate. You know, imagine eating a McDonald's burger and you don't actually know what's in that burger, right? Imagine eating KFC chicken. You don't even know what's in the chicken. Why are you eating it? You know? So really and truly, the reason behind the session was to educate you as to why Hourglass is accurate, as to why you're taking that trade, and as to how you should be utilizing your risk management alongside taking that trade. All right, guys. So that's what this session really was for today. It's not really a live trading session. If I find any live trades, then, you know, we'll go ahead and take them. But again, I'm looking more for examples to drill into your guys' head so you can see the markets how I see them. All right, again, perfect example, Euro AUD, it's not even AUD's 34, it's half, so I'm not even gonna look at that. Euro CAD, currency strength's not there, I'm not really gonna look at that. When it's close like this, I can actually look at it because it doesn't really matter, like, it's so close. But again, score is 1. Again, look, it's crossing over the green now. So we haven't found the example where the black lines are crossing over the green. But again, on another day, that would have been good. This would be a very good buy. Euro Swiss franc, that would be a very good buy. Perfect example, look. Okay, half a point here, because the black line's crossing through the green. Half a point here, black line's crossing through the green. We just need a B over here, which would have given us a 1 point. Okay, it's actually very close to these green lines. It's below the support. Okay, so that will give us another point. So again, you know, it does have its points there, but again, this is calling it a sell, hence why it's only giving you a score of a 1. So I want you guys to understand, if the score is very low, then it's probably a good trade in the opposite direction. But again, you know, I wouldn't go against the products unless you have like super experience with Hourglass. All right, this isn't giving us a score, but again, currency strength is good, but we can see there's an S right there. So I'm not really looking into that. It will be a good sell, but you know, I wouldn't really take that. Let's see what Euro NZD saying. Score is only 2. Okay, the score is 2. That's okay. Again, we ain't really taking 2s, guys. This score is 3. But the currency strength isn't really there, but yeah, it's fluctuating between 2 and 3. I don't really want to look at that. UP, let's see. Okay, this isn't really that great either. UPUSD, this ain't great either. Let's see what else. Okay, NZUSD. Currency strength is 2. Currency strength is there. score is only 2. But this doesn't really have confirmations either, right? You know, the market's a bit slow right now. It is 10 p.m. UK time, hence why I'm bringing this session to a close. But with that being said, okay, this is a free. Currency strength isn't there, but this is a free. Okay, fantastic. You know, I'll bring this session to a close. If you have any Q&As, if you have any questions for me, let me know. If you got any questions, if you got value, let me know. If you got value, tag me on IG. You know, like I said, today's session was really educational. I think it's most important to know what you're trading as opposed to just trading. Like, that's not even trading. That's just gambling. So, you know, I said, you know what, today I really want to educate on you know, Hourglass. I know we had a lot of newcomers come in, so this would have been perfect for you. I'm going to record this and upload it to YouTube. But again, like I said, if you want like to watch this back again, if you even want to really dive into Hourglass and how it works, go ahead and watch this video. Pretty much the exact same of what I just done, but we pulled out some live trades on it, and it went 5-0 on that session as well. So, like I said, if you do take what I taught you guys today, you definitely will be making profit. Okay, you definitely will be making profit. With that being said, guys, I'm going to see you all at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. If you need me, you know where to find me. My IG is Montel Hansen. It's been a pleasure speaking to you guys all tonight. And remember, the reason why is important, most important. Number 2, risk management. Number 3, have a roadmap. So you wake up and you know exactly what you need to do. All right. I'm going to see you guys at Chairman because that's where you're all going. Let's get it. God bless and good night. Let's go.